Welcome back, Phatties, to the Phat Chat, where the pH is as toxic as cat lovers. I'm your host tonight, Cisco, joined by Joshua, Chone, and Neff. Here on the Phat Chat, your interests are our interests, usually. As we've mentioned, we need your help. If the Phat Chat can reach 1,500 followers on Instagram and 1,000 plays on any platform, we will be hosting another raffle with a grand prize of 2 topic rights and a PS4. An update on that, with your help, we're 1/3 of the way there. However, you can still help us out. Post us on your stories and your feed, shout us out, and we'll do the same for you. On tonight's episode, we'll be covering some great topics. First, anime. We went into anime a little bit on episode 1, but now we get to talk about our favorites and why they are our favorites. Then, we'll be answering questions from our fatties. We love doing so please keep sending in those questions. After that, Forex, Bitcoin, dollars. What is all that stuff about? And lastly, car culture, crowd crashers, poop boxes galore. Now let's dive into the Phat Chat with anime.
So anime.
Okay, so you guys, can I just start with this? I just want to say, I can't say much about anime, but I do want to hear what your guys' favorites are because I do want to get into it. I mean, I started watching Initial D. I haven't really had a chance to get into it too much, but I like it so far. So let's hear what you guys got because I need something to watch for now.
Well, I know we mentioned it before, especially like when Sabrina was on the last episode or Across the Pond episode. How we talked about One Punch Man for a little bit. We didn't really get into it, but for me, I think One Punch Man is a very heavy favorite among anime fans. I haven't come across like an anime fan that hasn't really enjoyed One Punch Man. It may not be their favorite, but it doesn't mean that they didn't enjoy it. And for me, it's my favorite because of the dry humor that's in there, but also because it doesn't have too much of a real big dramatic backstory. Like his backstory really isn't dramatic, Saitama's. So it's just funny. It's just funny and great to watch. My favorite episode though has to be the one where Genos wanted to know just how strong Saitama was, right? And when they did that spar and Saitama basically punched the air and created that huge gap, like a huge tunnel basically in the earth. And I don't think he knew what was behind Genos when he punched the air. But like that's my favorite episode. But I love One Punch Man. I really like it. I enjoy watching it.
So I mean, I've never watched One Punch Man. So can you kind of give me like a just like an essence of like what the show's about without giving away too much? Because is it something that you can like watch while you're working? Because I know some people have that ability, or is it something you have to really strategically pay attention to, like one of those that you have to follow it very carefully, or you can just kind of just watch it in the background and understand it.
If you listen to it subbed, then obviously you're gonna have to pay attention. But I think like the entire show is very loose and very open. It's very, very like just sit back and enjoy it. The plot kind of follows this character who's very like melodramatic and just like straight faced. He doesn't really have he just looks like he's a very bland person. And he's just really strong and he defeats all of his enemies with one punch, and that's why they call him One Punch Man.
Nice. Yeah,
I mean, add more to that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a coworker that he has like the little. I've seen the little figure. He has like the little One Punch Man it has a little suction cup on the bottom, and he's on a little spring. He's just. But my coworker's always talking. He has like little figurines of One Punch Man. But I mean, I've been curious about it, and you know, I mean, who knows? I have to start watching it. That way, I can be able to join you guys with these topics of the anime.
Yeah, because it's pretty cool. Pretty good. Yeah, the dry humor is really funny because it goes into like rankings. Like it's a world of superheroes, literally, a world of superheroes, and it's funny because it plays off of that. Like there's the highest ranking ones, which are super, and you have other ones where it's just people being heroes, but they're considered superheroes, and so like you just have it follows that, but also the whole ranking aspect is what makes it funny too. There's a lot of play in the ranking aspect, and you're just like, how the heck are these people not noticing what's going on? But That's what makes it funny also.
Yeah, and I think the fact that he approaches it with such a dry, he's almost apathetic. I'm not trying to give too much away, but he's kind of just like, I do it because I want, and I want to do what I want. And
Is that how he said? Is that how he says it?
Exactly how he says it.
What I want,
exactly.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I do what I want. I say that a lot. I do what I want.
You also beat people up with one punch.
Unfortunately, I'm not very strong enough. Like I can make myself look buff, but I'm like that, and I can like make my voice really deep. But no, I can't defeat anybody with one punch. I'm not that strong, unfortunately.
Nice. Knocked out some
it's
kids
pretty
once.
easy, dude. You kind of just like.
Wait,
Okay.
that's all.
Tell us about this MMA history, actually, Cisco.
Yeah, tell us about your backstory in MMA.
Yeah.
Oh, so I grew up, and that's about it.
Got it.
Dude, that was so enlightening. Dude, I feel enlightened right now.
Motivating, actually. I might go to the gym after this.
You should. Actually, don't because coronavirus, but you should.
I want to walk up. I want to run up. I want to run up 100 flights of stairs. Be like, done, 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 done. Just because you said that right now. Thank you.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Or you can do 100 push-ups, 100 crunches, run 100 kilometers.
That's actually, they did a study on that. They say that's not good for your back.
I can't imagine it is.
I can barely do 3 push-ups. I'm done.
It was good for One Punch Man.
Yep.
You looked super ripped.
I mean, if it's good for him, though, it should probably be good for us, though.
And you know what else too is that his baldness exhibits his strength. So I'm almost there. I'm about 3/4 of the way for full Saitama strength. So
I see it. I've seen it in action. Okay. Another good anime is probably My Hero. I just enjoy the the way that it's able to how to say this. The development is fantastic. It really shows the character development, and it doesn't emphasize on one person specifically. It really highlights the other characters.
Yeah. It does.
So it's My Hero, or is that the full name? Or
that's My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Academia.
I just wanted to.
I also like that. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to clarify, just because I was a little confused. I don't want nobody to be confused about that. No, it's okay. It's all good.
There was,
so I think that was. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that it also brings out some mental health issues. There's scenes where he's freaking out, having anxiety attacks, and those are things that other animes don't really ever highlight. It's just kind of you're buff and you can do whatever you want. But I appreciated that it also brought out some sort of a level of seriousness or reality into it. I thought that kind of added to its quality.
I think
I gotta be honest, I've never seen it.
I mean, I've seen it on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? No, is it available on Netflix or Hulu?
I think that was the second one.
Who's on the second one
that I've ever watched?
What happened?
Huh? No, I was just saying that anime is I think the second anime that I've ever watched. Yeah.
Josh, stop being a punk.
It's not on Netflix.
It's not? Where have I seen it? Is it on Crunchyroll or something?
It could possibly be on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll's not free anymore.
No, it hasn't been free in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been poor, so I haven't been able to actually what.
Dude, I just got Crunchyroll. I think on the PS4. Is that the one that I'm thinking of? I'm pretty sure it was free.
What, Crunchyroll on the
PS4? Downloaded free.
I mean, yeah, you could get Crunchyroll. But I think it was an RSS feed at one time.
Yeah. No, because I watched the Initial D movie on there.
On Crunchyroll?
I think it was on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, they have some stuff that you can watch for free, but if you want to watch seasons of stuff, I think you have to subscribe now. Before I used to just watch for free.
Another good anime is Hunter x Hunter. That one's really good, but it's a little dark. A little
Hunter x Hunter.
I've heard people talk about that one too.
I've always been drawn to the animes where it's there's out of body experiences, and no, I'm just kidding, bro.
That sounds a little spiritualistic, man. I don't know about that. I'm oh my gosh, let's end this now.
No, I'm just kidding. What's Hunter x Hunter about?
Don't they just fight all the time? Just fighting?
I mean, you could put it that way. It's this kid, and then there's this other kid, and they do adventure stuff, and then they kill people.
Oh, like Adventure Time or Rick and Morty.
That's a good way to look at it. Not at
Cool.
all, but that's a good way to look at it.
I know Neff is on board with me on this one for sure. ATLA, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Some people don't consider it anime, believe it or not.
Well,
like
their opinions don't matter.
Exactly. But I consider it to be. I know a lot of other people that I know who like it consider it to be. I still need to read the books that came after the first series to continue the adventures of Aang and Katara, but I haven't done that. I don't know why I have so much love for it, to be honest, but I think it's because of the extreme chemistry that the characters have, like how the writers brought them all together, how the writers portrayed each character and their abilities and their backstories. I mean, even I can't say I have a favorite character, but even Sokka was, even though he didn't have bending, he was still an amazing addition to the entire cast. So I really love that. Now, for people who do love ATLA, I'm a hater of Legend of Korra forever. Because in my opinion, it's not related to ATLA. Like the way that the writing was garbage. Like everything about Legend of Korra just really sucked. The only thing, like, and the main reason is because they made Korra seem so weak. Like she wasn't even an avatar. Like she had way more training than Aang did, and she was just weak, while Aang was always beasting at everything.
He was 12 years old and like an airbending master.
Yep. And here's Korra, who had she trained for, I think, like 4 years or something like that, 3 or 4 years, was able to master 3 elements within that time and was just working on air. So Aang only had a year to master all 4. He had all that kinds of pressure on him. Like, I'm sorry, man, but you're right. Their writing could have been a lot better. But Tenzin, Aang's son, he was super underrated. I don't understand why they didn't like make him come out more like within the series, like to fight and to like take more of a lead rather than just Korra. But I think one of the things that I was reading on why they did that is because they wanted, some of the writers and some of the creators didn't believe that Korra would make it because they didn't feel that younger boys would want to watch a show about a girl avatar. So I was just like, I don't think that really matters. So what they wanted to do was kind of take a male lead out of it, keep the female lead, and just have the male as a supporting role. But the thing is that that's Aang's son. So if you wanted to do that, then you should have done it where like make the master airbender like his daughter, right? Like just like Tenzin's daughter became a master airbender. So it's like that way it could be like show something from ATLA that is a connection, like a really good, strong connection, because they only had like cameos of characters in there, that were okay. But what did I just say? Oh yeah, so basically Tenzin garbage in there. I just think that he was underrated in the sense that they could have done more with him, like for what they said.
I think if they wanted to like revamp the Avatar's entirety, they probably should have gone for like an adult version and them starting to build whatever city Korra lives in, because like it shows records of Tough starting the academy or something like that,
right? The police right. Force,
yeah. So I feel like they should have just highlighted like the Aang gang as adults and like showed that adventure instead of like starting with a new avatar.
Because I think there's 3 books, right? Something like that. I think there's 3 books.
In Atlas?
There's 4.
Yeah.
Of what?
Oh, there's
Korra?
4. No. Like after the television series of ATLA, then it goes into there's like manga books on the rest of the adventures. Because like one of the questions is what happened to Zuko's mom, and so we don't tell me anything because I don't know. I want to read it.
I don't know either.
Well, I mean,
I thought you did.
I'm looking on.
I'm waiting for you to find books.
I'm looking on Google and it says it's a 24 book series of The Last Airbender.
Ooh, after the television series?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I got a lot of reading to do. Amazon, here I come. Black Friday. I'm sorry,
Right?
this
What'd
Friday.
you just go?
Friday, regular Friday. So,
Do you have any favorites? Sister?
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just got into anime, but so I've only seen like 3 series. It's My Hero Academia, Initial D, which I still have a few episodes to finish off, and then I think that volleyball one, Haiku, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. That one's a really chill one. It's like not. I mean, there's no like superpowers in it or anything, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
I'd
say my. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was
No,
just
finish your
saying,
thought.
I think my favorite would have to be Initial D. I really like that one.
That's my third one. That's my
Yeah.
third favorite. Those, that's a part of my top 3. Like I can watch Initial D in the background. Even doesn't matter if it's dubbed or subbed. Like I'll just have it on because it's such a great series. Like just everything about it. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that for car culture.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, we
don't.
should
Hey,
save it.
you know what? Don't be giving too much away from Initial D because I'm watching it. And hey, you know, I honestly I had this thought that I always, you know, I might not be the only one that had this thought, but I would think anime. It's just cartoons. You know, how deep can a story really be if it's a cartoon? It's just animated series. You know, and I started watching.
Bro, it's Japanimation.
Japan, yeah. And I started watching Initial D, and it's crazy because you really get into it. You know what I mean? You get into it, and eventually you're watching an anime, but you don't really think it's just a cartoon. You know, you get in sync with the characters, with the plot, with everything, and it just becomes like if you're gonna go see a regular movie. And I've heard from a lot of people that, you know, anime kind of can be a little deeper than just the regular Hollywood movies. You know, they can have a lot more meaning to them, and that's what kind of interests me. You know, and that's why I kind of like, hey, you know, like shoot me some shows to start watching because I know it can be. I had that thought where it's just a cartoon. You know, I think when I think of anime, when I used to think of anime, I would think of like just Rugrats, you know, cartoons that I would watch as a kid. But I've slowly come to realize that it's a lot more than just that. You know, yeah, kids watch the shows, but also there's adults that watch the shows too, and it's not just like the Rugrats series or something. You know, there's a lot more to it than just cartoons per se, if you want to put it that way.
I think a huge difference is the fact that it's not marketed at kids. Like it's specifically not. You can get animes that are like super graphic and just what's the word? Like gruesome.
Yeah,
you really have to be careful with what you watch. So it's the same thing. It's like a different genre, you know. It's like a romantic movie or. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that's where people get it wrong. Like, who don't watch animes, they kind of see it as based only made for kids. So they're like, oh, I don't want to watch these, you know, cartoons. It's just cartoons from a different country.
That was me.
Because they don't watch it, you know. Yeah, because they don't watch it, they don't like see the story or anything.
Well, I think that goes to the same side of it, where you have people who believe anime is all about spirits, or you have people that believe anime is nothing but gruesome, like Neff said, gruesome parts and blood and gore and stuff like that. But a lot of people, as Neff said, it's another genre, and you have genres within the genre. So there are ones that are wholesome. There are ones with good messages. There are ones. It's just like like if you're at the movies, right, and you're picking what movie to watch, you're gonna have a whole sort of them. You're gonna always have that category of wholesome family movies, right? It's the same thing. You're gonna have animes that are really cool and, you know, for the family, for, you know, young adult, all that stuff. But yeah, it's just like with anything else. There's always there's an anime for everybody, but there always are those ones that you gotta watch out for.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Should we oh, sorry. Did you guys want to move on to the next topic?
Sure. I mean, you're the host.
Dude.
All right.
You tell us what to do, sir.
Sorry, dude. We
are at your beck and call.
I think we have some questions, right? We have some questions from our fatties.
Some fatty questions? Yeah, we do. Okay.
Some fat questions.
Alrighty, so our first fatty question. This one's from Dina. Do all kids think that their friends' parents are cooler?
Yes. Yes, and yes.
Yeah, sometimes. I'll give that sometimes.
Well, Well, you know what? Hold on. So I think it's, for me, it's a yes, and that's because I feel like if I'm talking about my parents seem to be a lot nicer to my friends. You know, like they're the host. You know, so they're of course they're gonna be nice. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I was like the best, you know, but I mean, my parents got to give me a hard time about stuff that I would do. So naturally, you're gonna, if you go into your friend's house and your parents like, hey, how's it going here? Have you had dinner? Have some food? Have this? Yeah, you're gonna think your friend's parents are cooler all the time. So for me, hands down, it's a yes. All my friends' parents are cooler than mine, but then again, my parents are pretty chill. And I have to say that because they're gonna, my mama's gonna be listening. So I can't be like, nah, she ain't cool. Like,
no, man, I've had friends' parents who are just like hot garbage, bro. And I'm just like, man, I'm so thankful for my parents. And there's like a couple parents that I've met where it's just like, okay, they're on my parents' level, and there's like one or two where I've been like, dang, like my parents need to work on some stuff because
no, dude, but yeah, like you said, there are some friends that you have where, like, if you've ever been to the house and you're like, dude, your parents aren't that cool, or like they're kind of messed up, bro. Then you kind of like look at your parents differently, and then you see your parents as the cool ones, or they go to your house and they're like, man, like your parents are so nice compared to mine. It's kind of just like how your parents are, kind of, you know.
Yeah, I think it also goes into like what exactly you're talking about. Like, are they cool? Are they relaxed? Or are they just like open? You know, because your parents can be very strict with you, but have like a really cool background. Like they're like just cool people to other people. But I don't know. I think it also like hugely depends, because your parents, like you know them, like how you were saying, John, like you know your parents, so you know all their imperfections and you know things like that. Whereas your friends' parents, you just get to know them and you only know what they're expressing to you, which is always going to be like
the good. It's always the good. Yeah. So I don't know. I think everybody can agree that, you know, they visit their parents, and sometimes, for the most part, it's not like Josh said, he's run into parents that are kind of like, oh, you know, I'm thankful for mine. I mean, I'm thankful for my parents, but it's just, you get treated not better. I don't want to say better, but you get treated differently when you're visiting your friend's house and your parents. You know, it just, you're being catered to.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
And I think that's all that it really is, because, you know, your parents do. I mean, I don't know many parents that wouldn't do anything for their kids, you know. I mean, Josh, I don't have any kids, you do, but you have LJ. So kid, sorry, singular. Unless you have another one we don't know about, Josh.
You got my 7 illegitimates in the streets.
Ay Dios mío. But no, like, I mean, even when you first have a child, I've heard parents express that as soon as their child is born, you know, they'll be like, oh, I would do anything for him or her, you know. So
what goes along with that is when you go over to a friend's house, for the most part, if you're new, then the parents will want to show you the best sides of themselves. And that's kind of why, you know, they'll show you hospitality, they'll show you, you know, common respect and stuff like that. Then you have those other ones where they're just like, what's up? Come on inside. Take care of yourself. Bologna bread over there. And see you guys later.
Well, okay, so let me talk about that. The first time I went to your house, Josh. So what? Every time I would go to someone's house, they'd be like, oh, do you want this? Do you want that? Okay, yeah, I'll take some water. And, you know, they would bring me, typical Hispanic, you know, families, they would bring you the water. They'd serve you your glass of water. And dude, the first time I went to Josh's house, they're like, oh, are you hungry? Do you want your mom? Are you hungry? Would you like this? Would you like that? I'm like, sure. And then I was waiting and nothing happened. I was expecting his mom to like bring me a cup of water or a plate of food. And then she's like, plates are over there. Go get it yourself. Help yourself. And I was like, it was totally different. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, all right. And ever since then, like it was cool, you know, but it was totally different the first time. I always tell your mom, your dad all the time, that very first time that I was at your house, I was just like super shocked. It was a culture shock to me, because usually, oh, do you want this? Do you want that? And they bring it to you, you know? And it felt so weird going into your cabinet, getting a glass, serving myself something to drink, from your fridge, it just was so foreign to me. And now I just go and I'm like, get what I got to get, and then we're good to go. But that was like
I think because you were Eileen's friend at first, and usually we have a third visit rule. By your third time, like you basically know where everything is at in the house. Get it yourself. But I think it's just because you were Eileen's friend at that time.
Probably.
Like, I know that's what I'm saying. It's just like you're Eileen's friend, so you're Eileen's guest.
Yeah. Well,
okay, Eileen, can you give him some stuff?
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any plans for Black Friday?
Yes, I do actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are, but I'm saving up for Black Friday.
Nice.
Well,
I'm an avid Black Friday shopper.
Me too.
Huh?
I love Black Friday shopping with Josh. Hopefully I get to go down for Black Friday with all you guys, get to go shopping with you guys. But I already spent some money for Black Friday. Home Depot has their sales right now, actually. And I bought myself a Milwaukee power drill set for it was relatively inexpensive. You know, you get 4 tools plus 2 for free for like $400 around there. And so I got a router and a blower for free, which is pretty cool. That's probably all my Black Friday spending that I'm going to be doing. But I mean, if some electronics come out, like Best Buy has pretty good stuff. And
I think they have some of their deals already coming out.
We don't even have Best Buy here anymore.
No?
Yeah.
What happened to Best Buy?
They're supposed to be relocating in the area, like going into one of the a new location here. But for now, like we have to do online or just go to Riverbank.
Yeah.
So, or you can come over here with me. You can come to me. Yeah, I'm down. I'll host you guys. Yeah. But you guys got to get your own water.
Oh, sorry. No, they what's it called? I've been Black Friday shopping every year. And this is going to probably be the first year that I may not actually go out because I've already done like all my shopping already. Like I'm just going to be geared up for Cyber Monday and then all the Black Friday deals coming out on the week because like they had all their stuff for Prime Day. Like everybody, all these places did to compete with Amazon and Prime Day. They put out all their stuff. So on Prime Day. So I was like, okay, cool. So I got everything. Like I got everything that we needed and wanted. So now I'm just going to be helping others. So like my little sister, she wants to get some stuff and I'm going to be helping her with that. And but yeah, other than that, that's my plan for Black Friday.
Nice. I don't shop on Black Friday actually. I take that time to just enjoy myself. Yeah. Just hang out at home, cry, whatever.
Some self-time, man. Hey, take the time you need.
Dude, we would go out every single year. Like when I first started it, my uncle came from Guam and that's how I learned about it because they were just like, "Hey, do you want to go to Gilroy for Black Friday?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And this is when Black Friday was Black Friday, like the Black Friday.
Yeah.
Where sales started at like 5 a.m. You had to stand in line like from 11 or 10 o'clock the night before. You get your chairs out, you sit there for hours. That was Black Friday, and that was fun because you did it with a gang of people. Every year we'd have at least 13 to 20 people go out with us, and we'd all have like a map of what we're gonna get, when for where it's located, all that good stuff. And like that is what I liked doing that with for Black Friday. But stuff has changed. But
yeah, that was fun.
I prefer the way it was like that. I've never done it like that, but that just seems like it's more. I don't know. It's more suitable. It's super dangerous though.
Well, now
that's why you go with the gang, bro. You go with a gang of people. Be like, hold on a second. Don't go alone. Yeah, don't go alone.
No, dude, Josh, last time we did it, what did we have, like 8 people? Like a group of us, man. And we're like, this is what we want. You guys go there. If you find it, grab 2 of them because I want one too. And we all congregate in the middle. Yeah, Best Buy. And we all meet at the end and boom, we're ready to go. I mean,
dude, we were in and out. We were in and out in like at least under an hour, which was really cool.
Yeah, and that was everything from like games too,
Mm-hmm. Dude, actually talking about games, I saw on Instagram, I think Nephew sent it or Josh, like the steering wheel that you could connect to your PS4 with like the gear shift and everything and like the gas pedal. I'm gonna be looking for those
gas pedal.
Black Friday.
Talking about more games, if you could design a video game, what genre and what would the game consist of by Kaylee?
I would make it a horror game, and it would be like really violent. I'm just kidding.
You're not kidding.
I would do an open world.
There's a little
I
bit of
definitely-
truth to every joke.
Honestly,
I would
though,
do-
I want a thriller. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I would do like an open world game, something like Skyrim, but not as like magic. It's more of just not Fallout, not Skyrim, more of a survival, but not based off of like needing to survive. Just kind of being able to explore, like
like
VR
Myst.
stuff.
Dude, No Man's
Yeah,
Sky.
like
That's like
Rust,
basically the
something
game.
like
Myst.
No Man's Sky. Oh my god, go ahead.
I said Myst, like Myst.
Hmm.
I mean,
I don't-
granted, Myst was like a puzzle solving, a puzzle adventure game. Like you don't know what. Have you guys ever played Myst or heard of Myst?
No.
Dang, bro. So Myst was a PC game, and what happened is there were different versions of Myst, but you wake up and you have to walk, you adventure around wherever you're at, and you just see buildings around you. You're in forest, you see these different buildings, and you have no recollection of who you are. Like you literally just wake up and you start walking around, and you have to pick up these clues at the buildings and at different landmarks to try and figure out who you are, how you got there, all that stuff. But that's just what that reminds me of, because you had to survive. Like you had to try and go to these different areas, survive at these places and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's
So
what that reminds me of.
So Jedi Fallen Order, was that considered like an RPG, or what is
Yeah.
Jedi? Okay, so
Yeah,
that would be my kind
RPG.
of game.
Yeah,
So
it's real.
so I've found that those are my favorite kind of games. I know I've done like the first person games, but I think the RPGs are my kind of game. So that's the kind of game that I would do. Probably open world, maybe not super open like Fallout. I feel like that was too open. I would just get distracted, and I would just kind of just be done with it, because if there's too much to do, I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, okay, that's enough, But Fallout was like my not Fallout, I'm sorry. Jedi Fallen Order was my introductory back into gaming, and that's like my RPGs, man. I have to, like, that's the kind of games that I enjoy.
Mhm. That was a good game. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Oof. Would your games have
You guys-
superpowers?
Huh?
Would our games
What?
have superpower? Would you have like superpowers in your games?
I think the
Maybe.
question you're trying to ask.
No, you gotta you gotta transition into it, man. Like,
That was
superpowers
terrible.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
bro. It would be
all.
Star Wars / Need for Speed. We'd be racing in the stars, bro. That's how it is.
Oh
You
my
think of,
god.
like,
Your cars would have lightsabers.
There
Basically,
you
on
go.
the edges of it, on the wheels, or the
Yeah.
It's just
engine.
not.
No.
All right. So,
But if we had
anyways,
superpowers, what would they be?
yeah, whatever. Thank you.
What
Neff.
is it? Oh,
Invisibility.
wait, what was it, Jones? What was the question?
No. Neff said it. It's good. We're
No,
good.
really, I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him. What did you say?
If we had superpowers, what would they be, and what are the first 3 things we would do with them? From David.
should
Well,
go for-
David, I would go with telekinesis because. Just kidding. I would go with like something like telekinesis, like the Force with Star Wars. Just be like,
If I had a superpower, it would be super speed with telekinesis, but I'd also have an infinity gauntlet.
So you would be the Flash with an Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, basically.
Ooh, dangerous.
Telekinetic.
But I'd also have like 2 lightsabers, so I could just like, you know what I mean?
So you'd be
It looks
Deadpool.
really cool.
You'd
Basically,
be like-
but with lightsabers.
I would
No, I'm
do
just kidding.
telekinesis as well. I would just make my day-to-day things so much easier. I could just get up, get dressed. Like, you could fly if you can control your body and like go up. You can like be super lazy. That'd be great.
I don't know. I think I'll jump I'll jump on the telekinesis bandwagon, but at the same
Really?
time, yeah. But I would also like super intelligence, because what can't you accomplish if you're super intelligent?
Fly.
Mhm.
Super fat. Things like that.
Yeah, you can do anything you want.
So you basically just have no superpowers though if you're super intelligent. If you think about it,
I mean, if
is that really a superpower?
if that's what your mind thinks,
that's just called being Japanese.
Oh my gosh.
Do we have to cut that out?
I don't think so, bro. Because
Why-
Japanese people are smart, bro. Like
that was like a compliment. but it was
Why
also
am
a
I doing?
stereotype.
Why am I doing this podcast with you guys, dude? Oh my gosh. You know what? Forget you guys. I'm out. I'm going to sleep, guys. Like I'm just done with you
Kind
today.
of like Batman though, or like Iron Man, where you like have like hyper intelligence.
That's like.
Does
just
Batman have
superpowers.
hyper intelligence?
I
No,
don't
he
think
doesn't.
Batman has
He's just
hyper
really-
No, I think he
intelligence.
has hyper
he's
wallet.
smart.
Hyper
He's
wallet.
super
Yeah.
smart.
He
Yeah.
has hyper money.
Really rich.
Hyper money.
It's like
No, dude,
Jimmy
I
Neutron, you know? Jimmy Neutron.
Oh yeah.
But Jimmy Neutron wasn't a superhero. He was a super simp.
No. He wasn't. He was a super simp. Okay, for everybody who doesn't know what a simp is, can you guys please? You guys, let's go with Neff or Cisco. What is a simp? Let people know what a simp is.
A simp is
Cisco.
basically you're just like, let's say there's this girl and you're like, hey, I like this girl. Then you just, I don't know. You just do everything.
Urban Dictionary says
Oh,
a
I
simp,
don't read it from there.
Oh god.
someone who does way too much for a person they like.
Yeah,
I'm not
out of the
gonna read that
ordinary.
Like
down.
hyper or whatever.
yeah. It's a person who does out of the ordinary things, not normal things, that going out of their way to do stuff for the person that they're interested in. That's like, oh, why are you doing that? Because you simping, bro. That's why.
Yeah, basically.
You can tell us
Just
that.
like that, bro. Just like that.
You're simping, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Music. Cisco, you have any thoughts on that?
Music is lit.
Question, bro. Ask
I
the question.
hate that this is Cisco's
kidding.
second time hosting.
Bro,
we're having the
sorry.
same exact.
Okay. So music. Do you guys have any current favorites or anyone that you're listening to at the moment?
Meg Thee Stallion.
Well, his genre.
Ariana.
Ari.
I've been listening to her lately. Honestly,
I've been listening to her new album like religiously, dude. I'm probably on my like 5th or 6th time listening to it, dude. 34 and 35, even though we know
dude,
that means.
I don't care what people say about Ari. Like, I like the little raspiness of her voice. I like it. Even when she talks, like, I like it. I can't say I don't. So
Me and Ness had an uncomfortable conversation about this yesterday, but it was okay. It was great. I love her her new album.
I wanted to be in this conversation. I feel left out now.
No, it's just talking about her.
Internet went out.
Blasphemy.
I'm not a fan of Ariana Grande.
Yeah,
but I
dude. Anyways,
you can go.
just kidding.
You can go, Neff. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry,
here.
not sorry.
No, like genre, like indie, alternative, folk type of style.
Yeah.
Like all type of music. As long as it's good, and I'll enjoy it.
I am on you with that. Because with you on that. Sorry about that. Not on you with that. I'm with you on that. And the only reason I say that is because I used to work at Borders, and honestly, my mindset to music was very, very closed. When I was younger, I would just listen to nothing but gangster hip hop rap, and so then I would just listen to all that, and I would listen to like some rock bands, like Linkin Park, for example. I would listen to Linkin Park, and once I started working for Borders, dude, my world for music completely opened up. I started listening to lounge singers. I started listening to jazz. I started listening to blues. I started listening to even what's it called? What do they call it? Grass.
Ska?
Oh, what
country stuff?
Bluegrass.
Dude, I love
music.
bluegrass. Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of genre. There's so many genres out there of music, and I just started really opening up to many genres and started going with the same notion. If it sounds good, it has a nice beat to it. It's a good message, good lyrics. Like, I like it. Why do you think I like Ari, bro?
You know what? I second that, because you know what? There's certain music. There's like, I don't know. I second that, because you know, there's music that just kind of, it might not be your normal. I don't really care for country too much, but there's country songs that I like, and they're just some songs. They're just some songs that you kind of just resonate with you. And if you hear a song and you're like, dude, I feel that song, like, and it just you connect with it, and that's a song, you know, that's something you can enjoy. I can stand behind that. I don't like that people are like, oh, you can only listen to country or you can only listen to that. Everybody kind of gets closed on with that closed mindset. If you like hip hop, that's all you got. That's all you can listen to. Oh no, you can't like country if you like hip hop. It's just like
I'm not a big fan of mumble rap music.
No, me neither.
I feel like I like some rap, but mumble rap is kind of just like not music. Just
real rap, no mumble. Yeah.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, if you feel it, enjoy it, listen to it. Country, ska, jazz, bluegrass, whatever it is. If you enjoy it, listen to it. You know.
So the real question is, do you feel it yet, Mr. Krabs?
I feel Mr. Krabs. What?
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad.
Come on, man.
All right, let's try one more time. Go ahead, Nef.
Go.
No, it's fine. Just continue.
No, do it again. Come on, do it again.
I forgot what it was, honestly. I forgot already.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Are you feeling it now?
And they're looking into a water. It's pretty funny. I like that.
What type of music you like, Cisco?
I like alternative, indie, and rock. Mainly those three I listen to. I did like when I first started listening to it, I would get hate from like my sister. She would be like, "Oh, it's really loud," but I'm like, "It's not loud. It's music." You know.
You're like, that's kind of loud. Can you turn that down, please?
No, but I would get people that say it's skater boy music. I don't even know what that is.
You're pretty skater boy.
He said he's skater boy. I said see you later, boy. I don't know who sings that. Is it who sings that song?
Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne. Thank you. Thank you.
Avril
Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne.
She was so pretty at one time in her life.
She was. Neff, speak on it. I want to hear what you guys say. Your face is like.
It was just unfortunate for her. I got no feelings on her.
Gosh.
But yeah, so indie basically, but I do listen to other stuff. I have a lot of stuff in my playlist, just like from random genres.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we go on to our next topic?
Sure, Cisco.
I'd love to.
Thank you,
dude. Cisco, you're the boss, man. Don't ask, just do it. Do it.
You're right. Okay,
do it, bro.
Everyone, quiet. Next topic. Josh, what is Forex?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you
doing? So this question is for you. What is Forex?
Oh, well, first, let's go ahead and start off before we even get into the Forex subject. With everything that we're saying right now, we're going to open up with CFTC rule 4.41. Do not trade money you cannot afford to lose and trade in any market at your own risk. So we're not an educational service, nor are we giving financial advice.
Thank you.
But I can give you financial advice if you would like.
No, but don't
hit us up in the DM.
No, so I do. I know. Okay, so I do know that I'm very, 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 very like I'm an idiot when it comes to Forex. Let's just say that, put it that way, right? But I have seen some stuff that you've sent me, Josh, because it interests me. But what got you into the Forex? Because I know you've been getting into it. You do training on it. You're relatively good at it as of now. And I'm kind of curious, what got you into it? Why should we get into it? Even though I already have, but I've seen the benefit. I've seen the benefits of it. I mean, obviously, it's not me doing the trading because I have the bot that does it. But I mean, why should someone get into it? And what
should we know what Forex is first?
Yeah,
we probably should. Let's go ahead and say what Forex is. So Forex is the foreign exchange market where both crypto and regular currencies are exchanged and traded.
What's crypto and foreign exchange market?
So crypto is cryptocurrency, just like Bitcoin, your Ethereum or whatever that other one is, all of those other cryptocurrencies. The foreign exchange market is like the money that you have in your hand, US dollars, euro, the pound, New Zealand dollar, all those currencies. Yeah, exactly. The peso too. That's all traded in the foreign exchange market. So
foreign and it's exchanged
all day. And so Chon, to answer your question, how I got into Forex, I was actually, because I really love investments. Ever since I got a job, I always looked into the 401k. So then I was very interested in making some just extra income with my 401k and playing with it. Found out that it's near impossible to get really good results with a 401k. 401k is not really the way to go for a far future investment, because your results and percentages over year obviously will weigh out in the average of the market. So, for example, in the '08 crash, right? Everybody who, let's just say, they made an average of, or not an average, but they made like 120% in 9 years on their 401k. Here comes the market crash. Your portfolio just went down to about 40%. So that means your average returns over 10 years, comes out to that 4% instead of what it was. You can lose money in that aspect. And in 401ks, you can't hedge funds, you can't hedge your positions, you can't really protect your assets. It is what it is. So for people who believe that the 401k is the future, it's not. That's not opinion, that's fact. But yeah. So when I was on IG one day and I saw this advertisement for it. By the way, anyone who is looking into Forex, please be careful. Don't just hop into any guru that's out there. Please do your research. I've been scammed like 3 or 4 times before actually getting hooked up with the people who trade the right way.
People have tried to scam me too, and I asked Josh, and he helped me through that. But it's everywhere.
Yeah, so just be careful about that. But for sure, that I just saw that ad, and even though I did get scammed the first time, I knew that there was something else with it. I did see the benefits in the beginning, and I continue to see the benefits from it, and so that I just stuck with it. I stuck with it because it was the most interesting form of the market for me.
How is it traded, and is it like a stock option?
So you'll see a lot of options traders or gurus try and say that the Forex market is like options. It's no way, shape, or form like stock options. If there was any link to options and the Forex market, it's because you can make money in options going up, down, and sideways. So any direction in the market, but only when you take 2 options positions, which are puts and calls, at the same time. In the Forex market, you take positions by placing what's called lot size, and you can make money going up, down, and sideways, depending on where your position is in the market. In options, you're really gambling because the only way you can squeeze out your total investment is by hitting target dates and prices. So in Forex, you only hit target prices, which are way more predictable in doing that. So in options, when you place a call option, you believe the price of the stock is going to go up with a certain amount of time. The opposite of that is going down. So a put option. There's other option strategies out there, but this is by far the most profitable one. If you've got a nice like 10 to 30K account. So it takes money to trade options for sure. And if it's money that you can afford to risk. In this strategy, it allows you to make money going either way, along with hedging your investment if it goes totally against you. So in Forex, though, it's one currency versus another called currency pairs. So, for example, we'll take the euro versus the dollar or US dollar. Right now, the price of the euro against the US dollar, I think, is like 117 or 116, something like that. So right now, or meaning that for every 1 euro, it's that price in US dollar. So when I open a position, I'm going to say that the euro will weaken, go down, or strengthen, go up, and set targets of where I believe the price will go. Obviously, there's risk, which is why you should calculate your risk prior to opening a position and using stop losses.
So that all feels a little foreign to me, since I don't know. So if you could, what you just said, if you can dumb it down to the easiest explanation.
Sure.
Don't know.
So yeah, because because I mean, I know you know what you're talking about, but I mean, for me, I don't know too much about it, so I kind of understood what you were saying. But if you were to make it as simple as possible for me.
So in options, you basically do 2 positions to claim that you're gonna set targets for up here in price and then down here in price. When you take 2 positions in options, you can make money going up or down or sideways.
Okay.
And whichever way the market is going towards that target, that's how you're going to squeeze out the most of your money, of your position. You're basically hedging your position at that point. You're instead of putting on like 100% risk by you placing 2 positions in the opposite directions, you're basically doing 50% risk of that money. You're not going to lose it all. You're going to be able to still have some to take out if it goes against you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So this is all with like cryptocurrency, for example, like Bitcoin, right? This is all done with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know. Is that a scam? Because I mean, I know there's people out there that think it's a scam. So would this Bitcoin and cryptocurrency be a scam? That's my question.
So I can see where people would believe that, because even though there's a lot of hype in cryptocurrency, it's still very, very new to the world, and people are still trying to comprehend it, right? Because it is currency, but it's also treated as an asset like gold and silver. So just like many new things, it comes with a level of fear and speculation because people don't really know about it. Cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, again, is not a scam. It's just like gold, silver, oil, like any asset. But just like the regular currency pairs, there's also crypto pairs as well. So for Bitcoin, if you trade Bitcoin in the US dollar, your pair is going to be Bitcoin versus the US dollar, BTC, USD. The nice thing about Bitcoin is that it can be traded in 2 ways. You can buy and hold like an asset, or you can trade it on the Forex market by taking a position. Trading it is super risky though. That way on the Forex market is very volatile. So I don't recommend it unless you know what you're doing. But there are investments that allow you to grow your Bitcoin, like I'm in right now. I started with a $200 investment, and now actually this figure's changed. I'm now actually at 1860 in Bitcoin value in about 2 months. So I think my Bitcoin is up by about 148%. It went from 0.04 of a Bitcoin to 0.11. So
nice.
It only has, the sky's the limit basically. But that's, that's just how that works, how that's traded like that.
So you would say that the Forex or stock market, it is profitable, or would you say that it's rigged, or like you have to like be in the know?
The market's rigged. World banks, big banks, they control the markets. They actually employ a group of people called market makers, or AKA the dealers. Each dealer works a different session in the market. There are many retail traders out there who believe that this is a myth and will tell you that it's a myth. It's not. There's truth to the market, and once you understand the inner workings and the why behind things, it starts to click. So you know what to look for. For example, I've been telling people since September to get into Bitcoin because it was going to shoot past 13,000, and everyone was saying it would meet with heavy resistance and wouldn't go past that. Well, what happened? It shot way past 13,000. I think it's at like 15.5 thousand right now.
Is it really? Is it really at 15?
Yeah, it's at 15. Yeah, it's at 15.5. For that. So I'm not going to call every move, but the point is, if you're not trading with the institutions, then you're just going to be a part of the retail herd. So why not study the dealer and how the dealer works and be able to call those moves too? I think the question is, how can you be profitable in a system that's rigged, right? So as of 2019, $5.81 trillion moves to the Forex market every day. That's not yearly, monthly, quarterly. That's every day. $5.81 trillion goes to the market. So, and in comparison, the regular stock markets like the Dow Jones, all that stuff, I think that's only like 5 billion. I think 5 billion per day or 6 billion per day. So that's only. So that's a lot of money that's out there. My mentor Steve learned from a dealer. He learned how to trade in line with the dealer's moves and to become profitable. If you trade with the retail herd, it's not that you're going to lose every single time, but you will lose most of the time, which means you need to do the exact opposite of what the retail herd is doing. So there's a pattern or cycle as a baseline that is followed. But everything that's pushed out by IG gurus and many other Forex teachers, it's all watered down information to keep retail traders uncertain about their positions in the market, to basically keep them losing, or to analyze a pair for 3 hours just to be wrong or grab a small amount of pips for the week. So I know traders who have their own trading or style of trading that are profitable, and they're making like 2 to 5K a week, and they're fine with that. They don't need more than that. They're fine. They live according to that. But retail traders that apply the information put out by gurus and books, they're usually, which are about 10% of them, they're profitable because they use high risk to reward rather than being consistent. They let one trade make or break them. So people don't know that it's those traders who win like that and put it on social media that continue to validate the trades of the dealer. So yes, you can be profitable in the market in different ways. There's way more information that can be shared with this question, but we don't have the time, and I'm not going to give out that information for free. So
dude, so basically you're saying there's no, I just want to say, so people that are doing this Forex trading that are making 2 to 5K a week?
Yes, a week.
Like, dude, that
yeah, and that's not, and those people are not learning from the people that I'm learning from. The people that I'm learning from, they're making 10 to 20K a week.
That's insane, man. Like,
that's crazy.
Well, you mentioned earlier about these IG gurus and stuff. What are some like red flags, yellow flags, green flags that someone who's listening right now and is on Instagram getting scammed? What could they look out for?
So I'm actually going to go into that a little bit later. A little bit later, but I am going to go into that.
Ooh, keeping us foreshadowing, huh?
Yeah.
We can't.
So should I ask my question?
Why not, baby? Why not?
Alrighty. Is there any advice that you have for traders or like those learning like you?
So my mentor Steve, he has a few sayings. There's 3 of them right here. One is, "Welcome to the candy shop. Don't trade until the dealers hit the stops." Whoa, right? From the hit song of 2 pieces, 50 pieces. When he moves, you move, just like that. So when the dealer moves, make your move, baby, because that's how you're gonna know. And spread your risk. You want to risk 3%. If you want to risk 3%, why not put on 1% per entry? The first stop is the cheapest, so you can only be wrong 3 times. And it's very key to remember. You can only be wrong 3 times in your position. If you're going to be wrong 3 times and you're still being wrong, then you're wrong. Stop it. Just leave it at that. There's no tricks to trading the market. The only ones who say that are fooling you. And guys, tricks are for kids, not for traders. So make sure that you remember that. That's not, don't listen to that tricks of the trade stuff. So this is to answer your question, Neff. Check to see if the person you're learning from really knows the market. When they lose and get stopped out, do they say, well, that's the market, it does what it wants? That's a problem. Do they know what wicks mean and what it tells you? Do they call it a liquidity zone or area of interest? If so, that's a problem. If they don't call an ABCD trade a Gartley's and don't know what time frame a Gartley's fires or applies, that's a problem. Do they still use the second, third tap trendline entry? That's a very big problem. So make sure that whoever you're learning from isn't doing this, because if they are, they're learning from like the free website Baby Pips on the Forex market, and they don't know the insides of trading. So make sure that you are learning from someone proper, and find a style that works for you. If it makes you profitable, then stick with it. If it works for your mindset, then stick with it. One of our Phatties, Joe, the one who actually brought up this topic, me and him, we each have our different trading styles. He trades too, but like if I try and say, oh, you should learn from this person, he's not afraid to say, it's okay, I have my style, I'm comfortable, I'm gonna do what I do with my trading style, and you go ahead and do what you're gonna do. And because every trader is different, so always make sure that whatever works for you, stick with it, man. Stick with it. And never give up. There's a quote from Napoleon
Dynamite.
I hate you guys. It's Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill is the person, not Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Hill.
Dang it, dude. I thought you were gonna say it. I was like, yes.
Dude, Napoleon. It's Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill said this. He said, failure is not a disgrace if you have sincerely done your best. So remember this. You will lose in this business. You will fail. The sooner you accept that, then the sooner you can become profitable. So it's just like that other saying. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to have fear. Don't fight it. Accept it. So make sure that you always accept that fear.
Napoleon Dynamite is so
unless you're Asian.
Napoleon Dynamite is so wise. He's wise, man. I appreciate it.
And lastly, this I can't stress this enough. Remember CFTC rule: don't ever trade money that you can't afford to lose. And remember that Forex is the only business that will allow you to see what it's like trading live market conditions before you decide to risk money. I'd double a demo account and make sure your win to loss ratio is consistent, like 85 to 90%. Please take demo seriously, because if you're not going to take demo seriously, then you're not going to take your live account seriously either, and you're going to blow that account as well. So there's no reason why a trader should be blowing their accounts. Mitigate your risk. Make sure that you're putting on proper risk management and keep going with it. Keep going with it. People who know nothing about the market will measure your success based off the money you make, not the results in your demo or the trades you call. Do not listen to those people. Demo matters, and it builds your confidence. So if your family is seeing you practice and your family is seeing you, spend all this time on the charts and trying to call these trades, and you just made $17,000 in 1 week in fake money, and they're just like, oh, well, it could have been real. Screw them. No. Like, you did a really good job on making sure that you were able to get that 17 grand, because guess what? That 17 grand most likely would have been in your pocket. And if you can do that 10, 20, 30 times in the month, then you can go ahead and go live. But don't ever let somebody else tell you what's worthless, because it builds your confidence. That's the advice that I give to all those traders.
Nice. I think we're going to go invest right now.
Yeah.
No.
I know some people on IG, they're going to be able to hit me up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, if you ever want to go into investments, DM us. And
are you gonna invest the money you can't afford to lose? I don't know.
Exactly. I'm gonna invest my negative $50.
Hey, all I know is that I'm not. Yeah. All I know is that I did invest. I invested some money. Josh helped me out, and I won't go into it, but the money that I did invest, it has grown. It's grown significantly in a matter of time, more than my money would have grown in the bank. So I'm appreciative to that, because you don't get that. Banks, you only like what's the percentage in that?
Dude, that's like 0.00001%.
Yeah, it's literally in a month. It's insignificant what you can earn from in a bank. But I invested some money, and I definitely see the benefits of it. So hopefully it keeps going up.
Yeah.
Oh, it will, baby.
Yeah.
2030, it's our year.
He said 2030.
2030, it's our year, baby.
I think that was a good place to end that topic. I think we got a lot of good advice from Josh. We should all go invest now.
Love you.
Yeah.
But now our next topic.
Go ahead.
Our next topic is car culture.
Ooh.
Quema CUH.
Yeah, dog.
Quema CUH. Yeah.
I mean, there's different types of cultures. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the variety, but there's like JDM, ADM, muscle cars, donks, lowriders.
Did you say ADM, like Australian domestic market?
Something like that. What was it? Yeah.
No, that's not American
American
domestic.
American,
No.
yeah.
Dude, that's USDM.
That's
ADM.
Oh, I'm thinking EDM.
It's all about the lowriders, eh? The lowriders.
Oh yeah, there's them, and then there's like the what are those called? Supercar. Did you cover that?
Oh yeah, supercars, hypercars,
Supercars.
Apex cars.
Oh yeah, those are dope.
NASCARs.
Cars.
Wait,
Boot
NASCARs?
boxes.
Are you talking about the people who drive an oval at 100 and
94
over 100 miles
boxes?
an hour?
Dude, you
Mhm.
gotta admit though, that's really fast. If you're going
Dude,
100
it
something,
dude,
in a
it really
circle, you're
is.
feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, especially when
dude.
the steering wheel starts shaking, that's fast.
Okay, so have you guys ever
I don't
been
think
like?
we've ever done it.
Yeah. So I would go to races with my neighbor because we had a track here in town. Have you ever like walked up the turn 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 or whatever in an oval track? You know, any of the turn, like the bank is insane. It's crazy, man. I didn't really notice.
Oh yeah,
it.
definitely.
Yeah, I didn't.
I've done that at Need for Speed.
Yeah. Need for Speed, the game.
Oh
It's
yeah.
very-
Oh my god, I thought he froze.
No, I didn't freeze, but like I didn't hear what you said. You sound like a robot. It was like
Yeah.
Oh.
I just heard Pete, and I was like, what?
Oh no, I said
Yeah.
yeah, I've done that in Need for Speed.
Me too. It's a great game. All of them.
Yeah, but
So,
I
what's
mean,
your favorite culture?
JDM.
I mean,
I like JDM and muscle cars because they go vroom and they're really loud and they're
Big old
fun.
vroom, vroom,
hey,
vroom,
you know
vroom.
what? It's
Heck
like this.
yeah, dude.
We like the cars that go boom. That's it. That's all.
Vroom.
I thought
No,
it was
it's
Zoom.
boom. No,
Heard you
it's
vroom.
boom.
Is it Boom?
No, for me it's
you-
boom because I'm all about music. So you go boom, boom, boom. Nah,
Oh,
but
okay. Yeah.
no,
I like the
but
vroom
no,
vrooms.
I don't know. I'm with you, JDM.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
So I
a
was looking at
I don't know. ADM is pretty cool too.
Australian.
I was looking into different cultures and just trying to figure out like what makes that culture a culture. But I was
Yeah.
finding that a lot of them are just like super similar. Like what I was finding is that people just say like we're into it because of whatever the reason is. So it's either been like a childhood or movies or games or just like their family's always been into cars and that's kind of they're just car guys or girls, whatevs. And they're
Car
just really
people.
into it. And then
I think the PC term is car people.
do you identify as a car?
No,
Yeah.
the car identifies itself.
No,
It
dude. But yeah, I still like totally agree with you on that. For me, like what got me into cars was Need for Speed growing up, being like 2 years old and playing it on the PS2,
Yeah.
How old are you?
and then just
because
like
you have that
growing
ability.
up.
I understand. I got you.
Huh?
What?
You broke up right there.
Oh, I said because you had that ability at 2 years old.
Heck yeah, dude. My dad had me playing from like 9 months, and I would just like crash into walls. I'd be
What do you
playing
think he's
like
dyslexic?
awesome games.
He's like
Yeah.
he can't go from left to right anymore.
Yeah. That's probably why you don't have a license, bro. Do you have a license?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. But that
See?
doesn't stop me from driving. I'm just kidding.
I see.
You mean it doesn't stop you from crashing into walls?
But yeah,
Fact check.
so like for me, cars or what got me into cars was video games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always liked
Well,
working
God.
on them. I actually
Yeah.
majored in aeronautic maintenance because I've always been
is
into
that
it.
cars?
You can get the hell out of here.
I think he meant Carnatic.
Carnatic, yes. It's when we put
Carnatic.
cars on spaceships and we send them out to the moon.
Like Elon.
There you go.
Yes.
On Mars.
Mr. Musk.
Mhm.
No, but like I've always been super into like working on cars, taking things apart,
Mhm.
and like anything mechanical, like I'm really into. So that's like what
Yeah.
got me into the car culture.
Yeah.
And obviously JDM, well for me at least, has been the cheapest because you can get anything off eBay. If you have a Honda Civic, you could slap anything on it and it'll work.
Yeah, no,
And
time
it'll
out.
always
Time
run.
out. Hey, time out. If you have a Honda Civic, it's gonna get stolen. Okay. If you have an older
Dude.
Honda Civic, do what you can. Hey, I just want to say, anybody you out there listening, if you have a Honda Civic, put a kill switch where nobody's gonna
Yeah.
find it. Put an alarm. Have a what those bars that go on the steering wheel locks, because I used to have a Honda Civic. I used to be against Honda Civics, and then I got one, and I freaking fell in love with my Honda Civic, and then it got stolen.
Honda Civics are dope. Yeah.
Dude, they
You
are,
gotta
man.
really put a lot
dude,
of money into your security.
Yes, and then
Put a boot
my
on
Honda.
the tire.
Yeah, do everything you can to preserve that Civic so nobody can steal it. I mean, if somebody
Mhm.
wants it, they're gonna take it either way. But do what you can because it's such a horrible feeling when you have the cops waking you up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Like, just put a low jack on it.
Yeah, dude, do that.
What?
Do the low jack because I got woken up at 3 in the morning from the police saying, "Hey, we found your car." Like, what? So, and
Isn't that
I
a
don't
good feeling,
care.
though?
No, it's a horrible feeling because you feel like somebody took a piece of you, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
and then when you drive your car back, you feel
Violated.
violated. You feel violated. Like somebody broke into your car. You know, all they had was a shaved key, and they like took your car, and it's just like, and, oh man, dude, it's a horrible feeling. I hope nobody ever goes
To be
through that.
fair, I can start my Honda Civic with literally anything. I've done it with my nail, with a
Yeah.
screwdriver, with a piece of wood. I like shaved it down and just like, and it started.
Dude,
It's not. It's a true story.
dude, low jack your car, put a boot on it, put an alarm.
You had a white one, didn't you?
I did.
What?
Yeah, I had a white Honda
You had a white
Civic,
one, huh?
98 Honda Civic DX. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Nice.
Dude, actually, I really want a Honda Civic too. I've been wanting one for a few years now, even though I'm only like 17.
You're 17?
And like,
I thought you were 25. What?
no, I'm 19.
Oh, 19.
But
Okay,
anyways,
Oh, okay.
1738. That's what it was.
no, I'm 30. What? Kidding. No. So when I first started liking Honda Civics, I was like, oh, dude, these are like some old cars that can be really nice if you fix it up. And then I started like watching YouTube videos of it, and they're like really hated on in the JDM like car community. Like everybody, dude, like people hate on them so bad. And I guess I can see why. You see like a lot of ricers, like with Honda Civics. For those of you who don't know what ricers are, they're like, how do you explain ricers? They're like
just
they
a
kind of
Honda that
posers.
is super loud and sounds
Yeah.
disgusting.
But
Dude,
it
okay.
sucks,
So let me
basically.
explain this. When you hear a Honda Civic and it sounds super loud, but it's only traveled like 10 feet,
Oh, I hate that.
that's a ricer.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so annoying. Like you hear it's like, and it's literally only gone 10 feet. It's like, dude, with all that noise, you should have been like 100 feet away. You should have been gone. I shouldn't be able to see you anymore.
Mhm.
But
They're like
that's
going like
basically
15
a
miles an
ricer.
hour.
Exactly.
But
It's
still,
all
there are some,
noise.
that are like they'll gap you. Like
Yeah.
they'll give you
Dude,
a gap.
yeah, 100%.
But
Yeah, you
those
can
are the
definitely
ones,
mod up a Civic for sure.
but those are the ones that are on the drag strip. Those Honda
Well,
Civics
no.
are drag racing their cars for the most part. Like,
Oh, bro,
Ugh,
that's a
that's
ricer.
terrible.
If you're on YouTube
Yeah.
and you're watching that, that's a ricer right there.
that's
But they don't have the car meets that much anymore because of COVID and whatnot. But once the car meets do start up, there's this dude. His name's Twack. He's in the area, and he put it's a fat turbo, dude, on his Honda, and it has the hood outlet. So when he comes to the meets, like he'll start revving up his stuff because everybody revs their cars right when they come into the meet because everyone wants to show off how big their engine is or whatever. It's not the size of the engine, lady. And when he's pulling in, he's like, and it's like, and you just hear it from the front of the car. But dude's car is fast. He'll take on anybody. Like he took on a brand new SRT8, like the Demon.
Yeah.
He took on a brand new SRT8. He put drag tires on the front of his Honda.
The front,
and dude, he took
yes.
off, bro. He took off, and that Demon had nowhere. He beat him by like 4 links.
What kind of Honda did he have?
It was a hatchback. It was an EX.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Or not EX or EG, I think. It was an EG.
EG6?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the car I want.
Did he swap the engine? Was that...
No, he did forged internals on it and put a big turbo. And then like he just upgraded the clutch. The tranny was stock, was OEM on it.
Ooh, I'm surprised the tranny held up, man.
Dude,
I'm just saying, like,
welded it.
Just welded dips, welded trannies.
I mean, I can stand behind that. Yeah. I don't know. My favorite is like the sleepers, man. They look like crap on the outside, but they're super fixed up on the inside. Oh, dude, I love sleepers, man. By definition, that's what it is. A car just like totally like it's just on it, disgusting on the outside. You wouldn't think, you pull up to them, oh yeah, I'll race this guy, and then inside they're just like turboed. Like Josh's, the guy, what was his name? Or what is he?
Tweaker.
Yeah, he's a tweaker.
Stinker?
Yeah. And like, you know what I mean? On the outside, it doesn't look like anything, but you go against them and just like done. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
See, so I love I'm scared. I'm scared whenever I go up to a light and I see like an old Mustang, like a 65, 66 Mustang, and like it's all rusted on the outside. And there was one time I was coming up to the hospital light, and he was just there at the light before me, and I roll up, and he looks at me, and I'm just like, nice car, I like the classic. And he was like, "Do you want to run?" And I was like, "Oh crap, dude, I'm getting a sleeper right now." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Let's go on a roll though, because I can't link up." I was like, "All right, whatever, bro. You're just trying to trap me." So then, as soon as we started rolling, dude, I smoked him by 2 links. I thought that I was gonna get smoked, but when we got up to the next light, he goes, "I told you, man. Like I'm still working on the car, but." He switched it. He upgraded it from a 289 to a 302. He was gonna put in a bigger engine, but he just was like, "I'm just gonna go with the regular." Well, for 302s it's 5.0, but yeah, that was sleepers are dangerous.
So
is your car stock, Josh?
No, mine is a stage 2. I've done quite a bit of work on my car. Right now it's pushing about 370 base. So not at the wheels. I think at the wheels it's probably like 350.
It's still slow.
It's still super slow.
Like my
WRX.
I mean, it
could beat you in a drag
my
race.
Subaru. My Subaru.
Neff needed a mop after our escapade.
Yeah, dude. He sent it, man. I was like, I felt it. But bear in mind, I have like a stock Scion, man. It's like 180. It's not.
Hey, you know what?
A race car.
All I gotta say is like, you know what? I mean, I'll admit it, Josh. You're Jenny. Your Jenny will take Zoe for sure. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm stock, dude.
For those who don't remember, Zoe is his car.
Yes, Zoe is my 2014 Subaru Impreza WRX hatchback. Last model of the hatch. She's stock because I blew the engine once. Won't do it again until I get them forged internals. Then I'm going stage 2, and then Josh, I'm coming at you.
Then you're coming after me, baby.
I'm coming after you. Yep.
Cisco did at that wall.
Yep.
Yeah, don't hit that wall like Cisco with.
I won't. But no, honestly, like I get it. Have a good time. I really, really dislike those guys that they just get so like angry. And it's like, dude, we're all here for the same thing. We love our cars, you know. We like working on them. We like modding them out. And at the end of everything, don't be like that. Like, give hate to the other person. Be like, hey, just laugh it out. Be like, hey, you got me, man. Like, enjoy it. Have a good time. That's it,
dude.
You know, I'm all about that.
That is
yeah.
Like, you know, when my uncle came out here from the island, he asked me. It was actually when I first modded my car, and he was just like, "Hey, do you ever have races around here?" I said, "Yeah, we do." And so we actually came across a dude that was going down towards the house, and we just did a like it was like a 20 roll, and you know, I won. And he was like, "Oh, good race, right?" He was doing like hang loose out the window, and a dude came by, kept revving it, and he was just like, he flipped us off, and we were just like, "What the heck is this?" Yeah, and my uncle was surprised, and I was like, "Don't be surprised. Like that's how it is around here. Like people are angry when they lose instead of like saying, 'Hey, good race.'" You know what I mean? Like I always make it a point. Like what it doesn't matter what if I'm gonna be slowing down, they're gonna pass me. I always make a point to like put a thumbs up, hang loose, something like that, because it's like people. There's no need to get upset. It's like if you were beaten, then that means, dude, then figure out what you did wrong. Maybe make your car better.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you got to do. But for me, it's fun. Like that's all that it is.
Process, you know, like you're growing with your car, and that's like that's part of the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Like,
no, really, dude, I've lost probably, I don't know, maybe one race because I'm so good. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up, dude. Hey, you know what?
No,
hey, you know what? I think that's the one that you lost against me. Just saying.
Yeah, that probably is off the line. Yeah, that is probably it. But I'll tell you, it's not a great feeling when you lose, bro. And I've lost to some janky cars. I actually came close to losing to a Miata, and I got him in the last. I kept reeling him in. That's when I found that's when I switched my tune out, and I can go to like 7,200 RPMs. So I was shifting at about 65, 66, and I saw that he was gaining on me. So I just let it go to 7,200, and I kept shifting there, and I reeled him in. But I did lose to a Honda it was on the freeway, lost to a Honda, and couldn't find out dude was going to the same store that I was going to. I was like, bro, let me see what's under the hood. And dude had it freaking modded. He had the forged internal. He had a turbo on it. He had he had an upgraded clutch. It was like a stage 10 clutch or stage something like that, some crazy form of clutch. Then he had the tranny switched out. everything that he had on there. Oh, and then he was running water meth on his on there, and it was properly tuned. Like, dude, like everything that was on there was just sweet. And so I was like, okay, like whatever. I lost to that. Like,
dude. That's the comparison. You got to accept it, man. Like, hey, you know, you took this one. That's cool. And that's kind of like what I really, really, really dislike is me having a Subaru. There's this unspoken feud between Subaru and Lancer Evos, you know, and I don't like it. I really don't. I'm just like, with Lancers, with Subarus, with Civics, everybody's like, oh no, I can't say what's up to them. Or, you know, like, honestly, I'll show respect to anybody's car out there. You know, if you have a car that you're building, that you're, you know, it's a reflection of what you want in a car, dude, I'm all for it. I'll say what's up to you. There's some people out there that, for example, I'll go back to the Subaru and Evo feud. There's just an unspoken thing where Subarus don't get along with Evos. You know what? I'm not about it. You know, if everybody just like, hey, that's what's up. What's up, man? You know, throw a little wave. How's it going? As you're driving by, because we're all doing what we enjoy doing. It's what? Building a car. Yeah, you got to respect all the builds. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better enough. Like, that's what we're doing.
That's just like infinities with Jennies. Like and it's because of people also like pushing out the hate. Like everybody says like a G35 or that a Jenny is like a poor man's G35 or G37, but they don't say that when I smoke them on the freeway.
Hey, speaking of poor man, dude, they say a Subaru because we have the pancake engines, the flat four. They say the Subaru is a poor man's Porsche, but you know what?
Yeah,
call it what you want, because there's some Subarus out there that'll smoke some Porsches, and it's like,
that's what
they get pissed off. It's like, yeah, and at the same time, there's Honda Civics out there that smoke Ferraris.
You know?
Right there. Yeah,
Ferrari killer dog,
dude. Like,
an honorable quote: Ferrari killer dog.
Well, you got to think, if the Ferrari doesn't have any job, you know, or no, doesn't have anything like.
Wait, excuse me.
The Ferrari doesn't have a job.
Let me restart. If the Ferrari is stock, but the Honda is like extremely modded up, of course, you know, the Honda is gonna win.
But guess what? You know what I mean? That Honda's gonna cost all the mods that Honda did is like what? Maybe like 10K, maybe 10K. Yeah. And the Ferrari is like, oh.
So look, honestly, we have a fatty. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, because like if you have a Civic, man, and you're like, that's your baby, and you drop $10,000-$20,000 into that fool just so you can be a Ferrari killer, that's your baby, you know. Yeah. That's your car, that's your champ, whatever you want to call it.
You know who I can see doing that are people with S2000s.
Oh,
S2Ks, bro. Yeah, those things. I would spend money on an S2K like that.
One of my neighbors has an S2K.
Really?
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
It's in your garage right now?
Dude, actually, a neighbor had a Acura Integra stolen like today.
Dude, I saw a Supra recently.
Oh yeah,
dude,
it was Supra. Yeah, dude, it was a Supra.
Don't lie, bro. Don't lie.
No, it was so me and Neff actually we saw the same one, and it was because the black one is usually around here.
Were you guys together?
But nah, we saw it at separate times, but we was so sweet, dude.
Dude,
like,
I saw when
it rolled out. Oh my god! Like, I think Neff had like showed the emotion that I wanted to show, like what he recorded on video with, and I'm telling you,
video.
Oh, dude, that's how I felt seeing it roll out. I was like, oh my goodness, dude. I was like, Paul Walker, where are you,
dude? For real, so like. You see all these movies and like all these games and like all these pictures of cars, and then you see it in real life, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" You know,
dude, it's such a sexy car.
And I went up to him, and I had him rev it, dude, and like you could feel it in your chest. I was fangirling super hard.
See, honestly, I wish I could have got that feeling from the video, because you sent us a video, man. Like I heard it, but I wish I could have felt it, man. Because
I listened to the video again.
Dude, why don't you listen to it in your car? Because this is the thing: the phone, the microphone in the phone will pick up all the bass from whatever you're recording. So if you play it in your car, dude, and it's all surrounded by you, you feel it right in your chest. That blah, pip, pap, boop, boop. Yeah, it's so
dude,
good.
But I saw a Supra in front of Rayleigh's the other day too. I think I told you guys.
That's where I found it.
What color?
Was it
really?
a Mach 3 or Mach
Dude,
4?
I don't know. It was far away. It looked like it was like burgundy or like a dark red color like that.
I saw a white one.
But I am colorblind. So
Okay, so how do you guys feel about the new ones? I mean, since we're talking about Supras, how do you guys feel about the new one? The BMW, you said?
Yeah, the new BMWs.
Dude,
isn't
I don't
it
like
called
the
a BMW because like they did like a thing together, you know, like BMW
They shook. Did they shake hands?
like worked with Toyota or something like that.
No, that
I don't like it. I feel like
I think you're talking about
they-
Subaru and Toyota.
No, they did that. They did that too. Because this
Did
is the thing.
they?
Toyota, yeah, Toyota needed financing to build a sports car. It didn't have the money to build.
Dude.
So what
Oh
they
my
experimented
God.
first with the new 86, which is the Subaru BRZ, Scion FRS, and then the new GT86, right?
When they did that, they shook hands with Subaru, and they basically took Subaru's engine to make their BRZ. Like
Exactly. And so this is the thing. The BRZ, the only difference in these models is the BRZ has a more reinforced chassis. That's what sets it apart from
the
the other
FRS?
from FRS and
the
86.
Subaru FRS.
Now,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what makes it different. But it is purely a drifting car. That's not supposed to be like a drag car. It's supposed to be for the mountain pass and it's supposed to be drifting. But
It
then
is
now,
fun too. If you have like financially, if you can't afford a Subaru, go for the Toyota.
yeah,
Like,
because it's pretty fun. Yeah, and they have kits on there anyway where you can do a turbo and you can just get it tuned up. But with what was it? It was with the new Supra. What do they call it? The Mach 5 now.
The Mach 5.
So
Yeah.
so what they did is they did the exact same thing, but with BMW. They did an inline 6 for the engine, and BMW created it and slapped that engine in there. And that's why everyone makes fun of it and calls it Euro trash, because like there was this one video where the guy was like, I got a brand new BMW today. And the thing, the garage door raises up and it's a red Mach 5 Supra. And he goes, but it's right next to my baby. And it was a Mach 4, a Mach 4 Supra. It was a red one, same color, all that. And that's why everyone hates on it, because it's from BMW. I can't hate on the engine. The engine is actually, if you really look at the specs, the engine is an amazing engine. It actually beats out the 2JZ. There's a lot of haters out there who will say I'm wrong, but go and take a look at the specs and see what you can do for the upgrades, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Doesn't it only have like 10 more horsepower than the MK4 though? Like, isn't it like
you mean like the stock
like
Mach
330 horsepower?
Like the stock Mach?
No, yeah, like the stock MK4 compared to the MK5.
But you got to look at
like,
the potential.
Isn't the MK5 only have like?
But you see, you don't look at
I'm saying
cars like that for what the stock is. You look at for what the potential could be.
I mean, if you look at a Honda Civic, you're looking at what, like 80 cc's?
Yeah. Basically.
You're looking at a Mario Kart burner, bro. Like,
yeah, dude, that's a little lawnmower.
Bowser's Castle.
Dude, watch. I'm gonna
Mario.
This is
Mario.
a Civic soon. I'm gonna gap all of you.
Okay.
You're gonna give us the gap sauce?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, as long as you know what, I want to bring this up. As long as you're not a crowd crasher, crowd crasher.
There you go.
Honda Civic,
Quite literally killing. Whatever.
5.0 Mustangs. They have all that power. I'll give it to them. I mean, these Mustangs, they got power, but you know what? If you're behind the wheel and you can't control it, and you're running into people and crowds, like get out of that. Go to a stop.
That's a
Honda
big
Civic.
thing. Yeah. You gotta really learn how to drive.
Drivers though.
Yeah, because some people buy like these big cars and just don't know how to handle that much horsepower. Like for me, like I've never been more I've never driven anything beyond 200 horsepower. So I know I can't handle something at 400. I need to get comfortable with it first before I start burning out, doing some drifties, going down a mountain pass.
Yeah,
and that's why that's why I always ask you about tires too, because tires are super, super important when it comes to high power applications. It's like if you're gonna you can have all that power, all of it you want, but if it doesn't touch the ground, then what is it?
Yeah.
You really got to know about your tires too.
Yeah, and that's why there's classes. There's like I don't know how to say it right now, but there's classes where you can take your car and you can really test the limits of your car. You can't push your car to the limits unless you're in a safe environment to do so. There's some courses up here like in Button Willow where they have a track that you can really push the limits. They have like a a big open area where you can slide your car and you can feel when you're losing traction. And your tires, depending on the tires you have, they'll squeal a certain way. They'll either get louder, they'll get quieter, and that's when you know that, hey, you're gonna lose traction. You need to relax. You need to chill out. So I mean, there's some courses that I want to take so I can really get to know your car. I mean, whether you're in a Honda Civic, whether you're in a rally car, whether you're in a 5.0 Mustang, any car that you're in, you really have to respect the machine for what it is. You have to know your limits. I mean, whether 200 horsepower or 1,000 horsepower, you still can lose it on a mountain pass, even on a straightaway.
Oh,
yeah. So you gotta, like I said, you gotta know what your limits are. You gotta respect the machine for what it is, and then from there, that's how you become a good driver. Anybody can floor it.
Sorry.
No,
like
you're
that
good.
Saying on Initial D, like that saying on Initial D, I think it was like by that Evo driver where he's like, you can only go as far as the car can take you. So then he starts like learning about his car after that race.
Yeah, because he didn't even know after his engine swap that he could go like what I think it was 12,000 RPM because it was a raceway engine. It was a Formula engine that was in there. So he was able to go like push it to 12K on his tachometer. But no, I think going along with that, respecting the machine, Sean, and I think all of us can agree there's it's actually after that part. I think it's either when he blew the engine or when he broke the suspension on that race. But either way, Takumi was super going back to Initial D.
Yeah.
The reason why it's so important is because, and why it gets you the feels, is because when you do something to your car and the only people who are going to get this are car people and those who do respect the machines and respect them for what they are. If something happens to your car, whether it be mechanically, even on the outside, if something happens, you feel the pain as if that car is alive, as if that machine is alive. And a lot of people, won't understand that. They won't understand that until they actually get, get a car that they can appreciate and respect for themselves. But there's that scene in there where Takumi's next to the car and he's just like rubbing the wheel and or rubbing the side of it. And he's just like, man, I'm so sorry, like apologizing to the car. But so
it's that scene too where he blows the engine. He's like crying, and his dad's like, "It's all good, just like fix it or whatever." And he's just like, "No, like it's my car, it's my baby."
Yeah. I mean, hey.
But yeah, honestly, Sean, like what you were saying, I feel like courses are useless. Just play Need for Speed.
they're not useless, bro.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if you play in the seat and you can see the car swinging, that can give you indication.
Don't listen to Cisco because he doesn't have a license yet. So, oh man, I can say that there was one time I came off of the freeway and I hit the corner a little too hard, and my little Subaru just went sideways, and I was scared. I was so scared. But you know what? Thank you for all-wheel drive because it corrected itself. I just kept on the throttle. Never hit the brake. Never hit the brakes if you're losing it. If you're going sideways, keep on the gas. Keep going. But
watch cars.
Again,
turn the other
what
way.
do I know?
Watch cars.
What do I know? I don't know anything.
Turn right to go left.
Yeah, like we always say, we're everything we're saying. It's not
our opinion.
It's not. It's just our opinion. So don't listen to me. Don't go full send. Yeah, don't go full send because I said so. Be safe out there.
But thank you to all of our listeners for tuning into the Toxicity of the Phat Chat. We hope you enjoyed today's session, and a big thank you to everyone who's tuning in around the world. Tune in next episode for these topics, and as always, please send us your questions because we love to answer those. Our next topics will be: do video games really make people violent? And what are the best fast food places? And adulthood, myths versus facts. Dropping on November 23rd this year. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on any platform you're listening to. If you like us, give us a 5-star rating. And don't forget, we need your help to get to 1,500 followers on Instagram and 1,000 plays on any platform. How can you help? Post us on your stories and your feed. Shout us out and we'll do the same. Help us get to our goal, and we'll host another raffle with the PS4 as our grand prize. Again, thanks, Fatties, for tuning in. Drive fast, skip class, wear a mask. Phat Chat signing off.
Ciao.
Classy young man.
That's classy. That's
I love it.
classy.
Thank you.
All right.
How was that outro? Did it sound natural?
Not at
It
all.
sounded good.
I mean,
Sounded good.
we didn't see you reading off of your cell phone, but that's okay.
Couldn't tell. You're good.
Hey,
That was a
man.
good show. That was a real good show.
Yeah,
Besides,
it was.
Dude, the car
Posting us up.
culture, man. Like the car culture, it flowed, man. It was good.
Yeah.
it
As I
flew
knew it
by.
would. Yeah, man. It was good.
I thought we were going to have a longer time for it, and then I saw it was like a little short thing, and I was like, oh.
No,
Yeah.
it's 25 minutes.